Body piercing. What does a plastic surgeon have to say about it? For all those modern conscious parents, as soon as a baby girl is born in the house, a very nagging, popping question comes into their minds. Oh my god, how do I get an ear piercing done for my kid? How painful can that be? Should I go for a gunshot or should I go for a manual method? And the dad says, no, I'm not going to get this done for my kid. And the mom says, how can we? If you have to ask a plastic surgeon, then take my word. Go for a manual method, or in India, as we know, as a traditional method. A gunshot is a device that sends your earring. A gunshot looks something like this. This is one type of gunshot. We all know our earrings have blunt tips with a very high intensity force through your tissues. This is your tissue and this is your earring, and that's the force. Oh, how scary was that when I elaborate technically? Gunshots have known to cause frictional burns, tissue traumas, and infections. And say if you're having gunshots for your cartilage, say your second top, it's a whole lot disaster. Your cartilage is a tissue which is as thick as a card. So imagine you're piercing a blunt tip through this card with a high intensity force. So why are we partial about manual method? We take a very sharp needle and then go through your tissues in a very controlled force, and then this creates a very well-defined circular wound into the tissue that you want to pierce into. So now, how smooth is that? Manual methods have known to cause less infections, faster healing, and are comparatively less painful when you compare it with a gunshot wound. Yes, if you get a manual method done in a medical setup, we have many options for a topical anesthesia. Sometimes if the kid is old enough, we can go for a local anesthesia with a more smaller needle, and then very comfortably we can get the tissue piercing done. If we observe a gunshot wound after you remove the earring for any reason tries to close itself very fast, that could be a week or so. But in a manual piercing, the wound can retain and remain persistent for up to 1 to 2 months because we have already left some leverage for the wound. We have seen people getting piercing done in salons and public places and with very unsterile equipment, which is not advised at all. Piercing should be done with highly sterile equipment or sterile needles which are used only one purpose. Ideally, the metal of choice is a 22 karat gold earring. Why gold? Gold is a very inert material and almost 99% of human beings do not develop any reactions to gold. It is found that we have very frequent reactions even with a metal like silver. Coming to a gunshot wound, the option of using a gold earring is pretty much less because most of the gunshots come with their predetermined earrings instilled into their equipment. So these earrings have materials like nickel, and these can actually cause reactions to your skin. So we have seen that many people develop reactions or very infective wounds after gunshots with these kind of earrings. And what about later on? It's always wise to use gold earrings in your body piercings because gold is always proved to be an inert metal. After a body piercing, and most predominantly a cartilage piercing, what scares us a lot? Keloids. Oh my god. Keloids are those altered scars which forms in any tissue trauma that a body has, and when a person has that tendency to form a keloid. First, leave it alone. Don't try to meddle with that. Don't get any non-medical help in keloids. Keloids can become worse if you meddle it the way it should not be meddled. Yes, you can get it done again. You need to again plan a protocol, have your steroid injections before and after your piercing, and plan a piercing this time for sure with a trained medical personnel. A gunshot piercing in a salon for a young kid is an absolute no-no.